EA Sports coverage of the NFL. It's the back now on EA Sports as we welcome you to Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we rejoin the action in quarter number 2. Now a throw here, hauled in, and he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Davis. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers have broken our tie as they take the lead. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time, he had the speed to win that race.
Now for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tough.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Yetur Gross-Matos. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Gotta love a guy who'll stand in there and deliver. No matter what the pressure, waits for the route to come open, hangs in there, and completes the pass.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And a fair catch is taken here a step or two inside the 45-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They fell in their ball game last week. That was a loss to the Saints, but they're on top here as they begin this drive. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Panthers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Jones. He finds his man, complete. That's Pearson. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 35 on second down, Jones. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
They'll set up a throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And to give this time to the tailback. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Well, pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half.
And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. To throw on 2nd and 10, Jones. And this will be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So just enough juice to get the 3, and I think that wind at the back helped a little bit there.
Certainly did, and to me that tells me that head coach knows his kicker and realized the wind was at his back. That was probably the outer limits of what he could make, and he knew the wind might be able to aid him and get that ball over the crossbar, and it did.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Trey Lance, a touchdown pass in the victory. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were losers in their ball game as they fall to the visiting Washington football team. The visitors looking good to start the year. They go to 2-0 with a road victory. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway.
And the half will begin with a touchback. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll drop to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it's a second down. On play action, they'll throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the in route. Complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Back to throw now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now a handoff here to his running back.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Looking to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
And some room to work. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. And that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Atlanta regains possession of the football.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll set up to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they're still looking at fourth down now.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the fourth down.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the fourth time tonight. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones, he finds his man, complete. That's Pearson. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Throwing, Jones. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is going to have a Panthers first down, at least at first glance, as they spot the football just beyond the marker. They'll find a way to convert on 30 inches.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up the first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
117 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Jones. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw. Jones. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll try and start this drive in the air. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
They're going to look to throw. Able to get away. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scooping score for the Falcon team. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And, you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
A try here for the extra point. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They were winners last week over Tennessee, and they've got the lead here as well. They start this drive out 1st and 10.
Good job, good job.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Five men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Jones now Throwing on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Operating from the gun, Jones. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Back to throw again. Finding his safety valve here, that's complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
You got it. You got it.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaching, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The Falcons on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Looking to throw. Jones. He finds his man, complete. It's Pearson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Forced out to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. It's caught. Smith. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Back to throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 20-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Second and 11.
Here's Davis. He'll try and run some clock. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Down to a knee goes Jones, and that should just about seal it. Good bounce back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realized there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen?